Welcome all you lovely fellow Mario Kart fans. My name is Swiftjar.
Hello.
And I couldn't be any more thrilled to present to you my updated Wave 6 predictions video for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Especially now that we know one of the Wave 6 tracks being Wii Daisy Circuit. Now, before we get started, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Yes, it's me, that same guy who made this prediction video in the past. However, with the surprise announcement of Wii Daisy Circuit, I've actually decided to slightly reevaluate my Wave 6 predictions. Initially, I actually predicted GBA Luigi Circuit, and it was quite a bit of a wild guess. But as it turns out, we actually have gotten a circuit with Wii Daisy Circuit, so I guess I was somewhat on the right idea, not really. Either way though, I still felt it was time for an updated predictions video, which of course is going to include Wii Daisy Circuit and may include one or two changes to the order or tracks. I guess you'll find out. I do want to preface that this video will contain some Datamined information, so fasten your seatbelts, high five Elephant Mario from Mario Wonder, and let's embark on a wild ride into the world of Wave 6 predictions. Alright. To start, this is the current status of the data mines prior to Wii Daisy Circuit being announced. You could simply argue that Wii Daisy Circuit took the final Wii spot, or you could argue it simply took another spot on the DLC. I personally don't know the answer to this, so I've decided to say screw the data mines. I'm going to select what makes the most sense to me. Yet, I still will reference back to this data mine when it actually makes sense too. Okay, so starting off Wave 6, we of course have the Acorn Cup. As history and data mining suggests, we can expect yet another city track to lead the way. This should honestly come as no surprise, as every single cup in the Booster Course Pass so far has, started with a city track. Ironically, there are two city tracks from Mario Kart Tour that haven't made their way over, being Rome Avanti and most recently, Madrid Drive. You could honestly flip a coin here and have a 50-50 chance of being right. In this case, I haven't actually flipped the coin, but I have decided to go with Rome Avanti just like last time. Why, you're asking? Well, after experiencing the incredible kickoff of Wave 5's Feather Cup with Athens Dash, I firmly believe that Rome Avanti is the perfect contender to kick off Wave 6. This is because with Wave 5's Athens Dash, it brought a unique twist by shifting the focus away from the bustling cityscape and instead focusing on the mesmerizing ancient ruins. It genuinely left an incredible first impression on me for Wave 5, and it is now my favorite city track from the entire DLC. While Rome Avanti may not replicate Athens Dash's extensive ruins, it does offer its own unique captivating charm. It is set at night, and this track takes us on a thrilling ride through Italy and even the ancient Colosseum. It is the closest thing that we have to Athens Dash in the DLC lineup, and I think this is the perfect way to start Wave 6. Before we go ahead and slide into slot 2 of the Acorn Cup, let's go ahead and talk about that juicy data mining stuff once again. The past data mines suggest not one, but two Double Dash tracks should be heading our way in Wave 6. Now, here's the thing. In Mario Kart Tour, we've actually seen 3 Double Dash courses being Dino Jungle, DK Mountain, and Mushroom Bridge. But when we peek at the internal coding and data mining, it does look like there's only one Wii track left in the prefixes, and we now know that is Wii Daisy Circuit. In my previous predictions, I boldly said that I didn't think we'd be getting 2 Double Dash tracks, and I'm actually still sticking to that. I'm calling it right now. I believe that Wii Daisy Circuit is taking one of these Double Dash spots, and I believe it will be slot 2 of the Acorn Cup. Traditionally, the second track in each wave is usually a simple and straightforward one. Wave 1 had 3DS Toad Circuit, Wave 2 featured SNES Mario Circuit 3, Wave 3 gave us GBA Boo Lake, Wave 4 had GBA Riverside Park, and Wave 5 dropped Daisy Cruiser on us. However, when looking at Wave 4's second cup, the Boomerang Cup threw a curveball at us with DS Mario Circuit, and Wave 5 followed suit with GBA Sunset Wilds. So, I'm thinking Daisy Circuit could easily slip into the second slot of the Acorn Cup, or it could even slip into the Spiny Cup. My gut feeling is that we will see it in the second slot of the Acorn Cup. Alright, racing on to slot number 3. I have changed this up from my last prediction video. Here, I believe that we're in for a treat with a fan favourite course, and I believe that this will be the final Double Dash track spot. This decision boiled down to yet again a very simple equation: DK Mountain versus Dino Jungle. After much internal debate again, I ultimately settled on DK Mountain for the exact same reasons as last time. Firstly, DK Mountain was a much more recent addition in Mario Kart Tour in comparison to Dino Jungle. Additionally, DK Mountain boasts a half-pipe section which was featured in Mario Kart Wii, which we kind of know that Nintendo love Mario Kart Wii because it has the most representation in the game minus Tour. Moreover, DK Mountain has received significant aesthetic upgrades. This includes the modern Mario Kart logo on the starting line banner. It even included the smiling trees in the background, and so much more. One point against DK Mountain that I've seen people argue online about is that it kind of is very similar to DK Snowboard Cross in the DLC so far, so it could kind of be a thematic overlap. I don't necessarily agree with this, but I can see where people are coming from. We've honestly had so much thematic overlap with all the different city tracks and of course all the different circuit tracks, so I honestly don't see this as that much of an issue. But what do I actually know? I'm just some random bloke on the internet who likes to make videos. Either way though, this choice is an extremely tough decision, and if you're a Dino Jungle fan, do not fret at all because this track would honestly make its way in. Before we move on to the final track of the Acorn Cup, it's worth touching base again on that current Datamined information. More specifically on the fact that we can expect 2 more Nitro tracks in Wave 6. Interestingly enough, there are 2 tracks from Mario Kart Tour that haven't made their way over to the DLC. This of course being Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipeline. Straight up, having both Piranha Plant themed tracks in the exact same cup would be extremely overwhelming. So you guessed it, one of the final slots of the Acorn Cup I believe will be one of these Piranha themed courses. Which one? Well, I actually think the Acorn Cup will better suit Piranha Plant Cove. Why, you're asking? Well, similar to the cities, this course offers 3 different routes. The diversity of these routes make it an ideal way to finish off a cup. So that is enough reason for me to select this course as the final slot of the Acorn Cup. Now that we're halfway through the video, I've noticed that many of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed. It only takes a second and it really helps out the channel as well. Plus, by subscribing, you'll even be part of the giveaway down in the pinned comment below. So what are you waiting for? Now, this takes us over to the final cup in the DLC, being the Spiny Cup. As with all the previous cups in the Booster Course Pass, the final cup being the Spiny Cup is almost guaranteed to start with yet another city track. As we selected Romavanti in the Acorn Cup, I have no choice but to select the only other city track that hasn't been brought over, being Madrid Drive. I ironically predicted this in my last predictions video, despite this track not even existing. I just simply went off coding from the in-game files. I personally like Madrid Drive, and I think we're going to see it as the first course in the Spiny Cup. Taking us to the second track of the Spiny Cup, my prediction points towards the inclusion of Mario Kart Tour's final non-city Nitro track, being Piranha Plant Pipeline. This captivating course takes us on an underground adventure through a fascinating network of warp pipes, and I must say, I truly enjoy racing on this track. There is simply no way they won't be bringing this track over to the DLC, and this is the last opportunity they have to do so. So I'm expecting to see it here. This takes us to the third track, and my choice here is SNES Bowser Castle 3. Not only does this track align perfectly with the Datamined information, hinting at a Super Mario Kart track, but Bowser Castle tracks have long been a staple in the Mario Kart series, and they often find themselves as the third track in a cup. It's honestly really surprising that we haven't seen one yet in the DLC. Moreover, the reimagined version of Bowser Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour is clearly designed with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in mind. Unlike the other Super Mario Kart tracks in Tour, which appear flat and generic, Bowser Castle 3 is a 3D transformation of the original. It is nothing short of just spectacular. I'm particularly excited about the section featuring all the dash panels. This seems like it was tailor-made for the anti-gravity mechanic. Considering all these factors, SNES Bowser Castle 3 will be an ideal fit for slot 3 of the Spiny Cup. Before we go ahead and jump into the final slot of the Spiny Cup, I decided to ask the Swift Cafe Discord what their predictions were. Some of the responses we got are extremely interesting, so you should definitely check them out. Be sure you're in the Swift Cafe Discord, where you can chat to Mario and Mario Kart fans 24/7, race in time trial competitions, and just chat Nintendo to everyone in the server. You can find your invitation along with my Twitter handle down in the pinned comment below. So this brings us to the climactic conclusion of the Booster Course Pass. It should come as no surprise that I'm thrilled to select the fan favorite, Wii Rainbow Road. This version of Rainbow Road is absolutely frantic. There aren't a ton of obstacles, but there are several ways you can fall off. There is almost no railings present, even with 30-degree slopes. Not only that, but there are even split roads, sharp turns, massive gaps, and a mandatory half pipe for racers to go through. There are so many tricks and turns you need to hit precisely just to avoid falling off. It is honestly a bunch of fun to try and master it. This track is just simply the perfect conclusion for a cup, especially a cup called the Spiny Cup. The only way that I don't see this happening is if Nintendo pull a 360 on us and select Double Dash's Rainbow Road. But then again, they could even just simply choose Bowser's Castle 3 to be the final spot of this cup. And that sums up my predictions for both the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Cup. To recap for the Acorn Cup, I believe we'll see Romavanti, Wii Daisy Circuit, DK Mountain, and Piranha Plant Cove. Whereas for the Spiny Cup, I believe we'll see Madrid Drive, Piranha Plant Pipeline, Bowser Castle 3, and Wii Rainbow Road. Be sure to let me know down in the comments section what your predictions for Wave 6 are. It's always a bunch of fun reading through all of your comments, especially when the wave officially gets announced and we can go back to see who was correct. If you enjoyed the video, it'd be much appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Thank you!
It honestly helps out the channel a lot. A big thank you goes to Waluigi as well, who helped out with these course icons. You're an absolute legend and you should definitely go check him out as they make really good content. And lastly, a massive shout out goes to all of our members. I genuinely appreciate it so much and you motivate me beyond belief. Until next time, take care and goodbye.